Everyone is using AI to make videos. I just used one sentence to build a game you can actually play. No code, no Unity, no art team. I'm going to show you the tool, but more importantly, I'm going to show you 3 completely different ways people can create with a tool like this that can help you scale your content, your brand, or even make you money. Most people are completely unaware of the leap that Manyverse has given us when it comes to world building. Storytellers, you can now build entire worlds. Creators, you can turn your characters, themes, and running bits into deep lore. Brands, you can transform your message or product into a universe fans can explore. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things. First, the content and opportunity RealQuest lets you create that no other platform even has a category for yet. Second, how fast you can go from raw idea to a fully live interactive story that people can actually play. And third, how a creator can get the most out of this platform right now. Whether you're a storyteller, a lore builder, or a brand, Manyverse is going to work for all 3. The first thing I want you guys to do is go down to the link in the description or the pinned comments. Head over to manyverse.app and sign up for a free account so you can follow along with the video. So we've logged into manyverse.app, and once you're logged in, this is the main dashboard you're going to see. If we scroll down, you'll see this section called Popular Stories. Now, these are all games and stories that people have already generated. They're basically templates we can also remix by clicking the remix button here. Let's dive into some of these examples so you can see really what this tool can do. So I'm going to come over here and click play on this first game here. All right, so it looks like what we have to do is click here on the center option. And now it looks like we have to click here. So click there.
Hello?
Like we had to click here. Whoa.
Something.
So let's go forward. All right, so it looks like we can look in the well or we can turn back. But as you can see, these stories are interactive and they're playable. So I'm going to look into the well.
What's up?
There are options in the story in the game, and it's like a choose your own adventure or an RPG. And these types of games are easy to use in many different types of ways. Here's some of their top choices. So it looks like they've done one for the World Cup. If we click here, this example here is a great example of how you could use a tool like this. They're promoting the World Cup. They're promoting a sporting event. You could do the same thing for businesses or for your own events. But let's come down here and look at some of the other stories so we can come up with our own idea for our story. Because this is AI powered, the visuals we can get and the graphics are going to be pretty awesome. But I think it's important to have a good starting point. Like, let's click on this one. I'm going to click on Start Game.
So, hang on,
So the first thing that stood out to me was the level of detail and quality that you can get from this tool. This looks like GTA. So let's continue. I'm going to click here on Answer the Call.
Go to Warehouse 7 in Chinatown. Pick up the package. Deliver it to the Lotus Hotel front entrance. 50,000 baht. Don't open it. Don't be...
All right, so I'm going to take the job.
I'm on it.
I'm going to get on the bike. There's just so many ways you can use a tool like this. But let's keep looking at this gameplay. All right, so enter the warehouse. Oh my, look at this warehouse, dude. Look at the detail on this warehouse. Let's click check the room.
Can you go around that?
Oh, it looks like the cops are showing up, so we're gonna run through the back. And we're gonna lose the cops. I mean, come on, man. Look at this. It is nuts what you can do with AI, right? Now, I saw this game here. I wanted to show you guys this because this is a way that a brand could use a tool like this. So this is a game called the Night Shift Stalker. And I'm going to click here on Start Game. And as you can see, there's like products in the game. So this is what I'm talking about. You can use this to promote products this way. AI is opening up a whole bunch of possibilities for us, and this is definitely one. So even if you're not interested in creating video games, you need to think of this as a storytelling tool. Now, if you want to start from scratch, you could always come up here and click on this create button. But what I want to do is use the Night Shift Stalker game and remix it because my idea is kind of similar to this. I just want to tweak it and change up the story. So let's click here on remix. And now this is taking us into the main workspace. So here in the center, we can see the prompt that it's given us from that original piece of content. For now, I'm going to leave this prompt here, but we're going to tweak it in a second. I want to break down this UI. So down here, we have the aspect ratio option. And if you click this, you can see all the different aspect ratios you can select from. We have 9:16 for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. We also have 16:9, which is perfect for YouTube videos. Next to the aspect ratio, we have the image model. So if we click here, you can see all the different image models that you can use. Right now it's set to GPT Image 2, which is one of the best models around. Next to the image model, we have the quality. So if we click here, you can see it says low, medium, and high. We're going to leave it on medium. We also have the option to turn on music generation. For now, I'm going to keep that off. Here we have the blueprint. You can describe your game world in detail. You can add characters and mechanics to the game. And here we have the option between dialogue and real time. Below this, we have some template options like urban crime, campus romance, turn-based RPGs, and a fighting game. We also have this option here, which is going to allow us to attach reference images. And then to the left, we have our main menu. Now it's pretty straightforward. You have your project section here, so you can look at projects that you've been working on. You have the create option selected, which is where we are now. Then you have this playground option. If we click this, it takes us back to the main dashboard where we can see the popular stories that we can remix. And then we have this creator guide option. So when you're done watching this video, if you still need more help, you can always use their creator guide, which is a step-by-step breaking down exactly how you use the tool. You also have these tutorials to make sure that you don't get stuck at any stage of building your game. Without making any changes to this prompt, I could submit it and get started and it would begin to build our game for us. But I want to create something epic. So I've pasted my prompt in here and I'm going to change some stuff here. I like this first person click and place simulator. I like this tone is calm and meditative, evoking quiet satisfaction, routine night work with light social interactions. I think that's good. The visual style is hyper realistic with warm fluorescent lit interiors and clean modern UI. That uses yellow outlines. Let's do glowing 80s outlines for guidance. Some of this stuff here I'm going to keep, but I added in a whole bunch of extra information. And like I said, you could just keep this one line here and shoot it off and start a game with it. But I want to make something epic. So let's come here. I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 16:9, even though we could do 9:16. But for this first test, let's do 16:9. I'm going to attach a reference image. So here's the concept that I want to try. It's the Mall of the Greys. I'm taking the same POV sort of shot from the Night Shift Stalker game that we saw earlier, but I want to make something fun and nostalgic. So I'm going to come over here and hit enter. I think it's going to keep some of the gameplay style from the Night Shift Stalker and apply it to our new game. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it looks like Manyverse has locked down the visual. It did a great job of referring to the elements in my prompt and the reference image that I gave it. One of our main characters is in this box. I like how it's kind of open and mysterious, and the aesthetic and the vibe of the shopping mall is exactly what I was looking for. Let's break down this workspace here. At the top, you have your canvas, so you can arrange your pages and branches on the story canvas. Let's click here, and you'll see that right now we only have one page. This is going to give us an overview of all of our shots as we build out our game, so we can build the game from like a top view perspective and make changes where we need to. This tab here is going to allow us to make changes to the gameplay. If we click here, you'll see that it has the full breakdown of the blueprint for the game, and we can scroll through here and make any changes that we want to, like the storyline, the chapters. We have our character sheet here, so let's click on the characters. Right now the assets are empty. We still need to generate these. And then we have this interactive, open the playable interactive story experience. If we click here, we'll be able to test out the game. Now we have these options here to start building. We have this click option, so click mode, tap a white dot on the canvas to move to the next node. Then we have the generate option here. So generate mode, tap anywhere on the canvas to generate a new branch node from this spot. Edit jump, edit mode, tap an existing exit to change its target or position or add a blank branch. Then we have this brush mode here, which is going to help us paint the area we want to change, add a prompt to it, and generate new branches or add like directions for our characters with the brush. On the far left, we're going to see the story tree. Right now it just has one scene, but as we generate more, this will populate. At the top, we have the title. We also have settings here. If we click on settings, you can see the model that it's using, the canvas specs, the video specs. So CDN's 2.0, one of the best models around. Let's click here and we can see all the models that it can actually use. Down here is the video resolution. Down below that, we have background music. For now, I'm going to keep the show speed and skip buttons and the background music off. We're going to leave this on save. And now to the far right here, this option is the Manyverse agent. If we click on this, you'll see that we can tell the agent what we want to do. We can tell it to design a story tree, generate node visuals or videos, or fix consistency issues. So let's make this easy and let's use the agent to help us work on the rest of our game. Down here in the input box, you have this option that says default. You can click this and you can scroll through the different models that you can use with the agent. Then you also have this option here to attach reference images or any sort of reference documents. Let's tell the agent what is the next step. Looks like it's loading the skill guide there and it's doing some thinking. So after just a couple moments, it gave me an output here that says Mall of the Grays storybook flowchart, 13 total nodes. So it gave me all these nodes over here on the left, which are different basically stages of the game. It's also giving us a mainline path. It's got a node summary here. So it's got each of the nodes broken down and the core beat for those nodes. So the beat of the game, and then also the 4 different endings. Here it says the tree is complete. The next step is stage 3, asset library, extracting recurring characters and scenes from the nodes to build a reference image library for visual consistency. Now, if we come over to the left and we look at one of these other nodes, like this one here, Dream Planet Toys, and we click on it, we'll see that right now it's empty, the content, and that'll be the same for all the other nodes. So what we want to do is work on the next step. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say ready to proceed. So now it's giving us the characters. Here it's added a coworker character. So it's the night shift employee, same Paradise Mall uniform as player, 2030s, hiding behind prize counter, clutching the key ring, anxious but resourceful. And then it also has the scenes here, and it's got the props. It says here, summary 7 entities, 3 characters, 3 scenes, and 1 prop. So now it's going to generate the entities. I'm going to write, please proceed. Like I said, let's just use the agent for the whole thing, step by step, to make this really easy for you guys. So now in the chat, we can see our tiny alien. We can see the grays, so the enemies. We can also see a supporting character, because remember that our main character is not going to be visible. It's POV, right? So he's going to be holding the box and we're going to see that. Now, what I did is I gave it a reference image of my alien character that's going to be inside the box, so we can maybe get closer to that visual. And here in the chat, we can see that it did get closer to the visual that we're looking for. I like this much better than what we had before. So I think we're good to go. And then here at the bottom, it says what's next. It's giving us 3 options: generate multi-view images, recommended, front, side, back angle for all 3 characters, and then regenerate another entity, adjust the grays, coworkers, or any scene. We don't need to do that. Move to node image generation, start producing images for all 13 nodes. So let's actually take its suggestion and come up here and do generate multi-view images. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to paste that in the chat. And let's see what it does next. All right, so now it says the multi-view is complete. It's got the entities again, and it's got the directions of the shots. I think if we click on characters, we should actually see all of the characters here on the left that we've been working on. You can see the coworker, you can see the grays, you can see the alien, and all the additional angles we generated for each character. And then down here, we also have the scenes with its other angles. Manyverse is doing an amazing job at helping me build this all out. Let's come over to the chat and let's look at the next stage. It says stage 4, node image generation. Time to produce images for all 13 nodes. Ready when you are. Just say proceed and I'll load the node production workflow. I'm going to say proceed and let's kick that off. All right, so it's working on the node production workflow. And here we have path A and path B. Path A, direct video chain, generate video directly for each node, auto extract the last frame, becomes the node's image, faster and cheaper. Path B, image first, then video, regenerate the node image first. Your review, approve and regenerate. Once approved, regenerate video using the image as reference. Every image can be tweaked before the video. Here it says path B is going to give us precise visual quality. So I'm going to go with path B. Now in the chat, I can see the visual that it generated for Dream Planet Toys. So it's the first node here on the left. And I think that's fine. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm just going to approve this. And I'm going to do that for each of the 13 nodes. So I told it just to proceed with all the remaining images and nodes and to give me like a finished draft version. And we could always come back and edit it inside of here with the chat. And here it says the 13 nodes, all images and videos are done. The full interactive storybook is ready for review. Any nodes you'd like to adjust, image, video, or both, just say the name, what needs changing. And now here on the left, we can see all of the previews of each panel. So if we click on each of these, it's going to show up here on our canvas. And here in the chat too, we can see the videos that it generated. And I think it may have done a perfect job. So let's go over here to interactive. Let's start back at the very beginning. All right, so let's test out each of these nodes. I'm going to open the preview up here and let's click on this center part here. So we're going to start the game. Wow. So over here, we've got these plushies. We've got the synthwave vibes, Paradise Mall promo. It's got the Paradise Mall logo over here. Here's our little alien. I think this came out perfect. So let's click here. Oh, wow. So look, check this out. Look at the detail. So there's some aliens over here. There's aliens up here. There was an alien being beamed down. Don't forget that there's a way to click these and adjust these and move these around back inside of the editor. But let's click here.
You made it. The grease cut main power, but I can keep one system running. Which one?
All right, so this is awesome. So let's click here and go on to the next scene. Look at this Taco Express video game over here. I love that. With the pizza in it. All right, so this looks great. This alien walking around and this creepy vibe in the mall. Let's click over here.
Third floor, service elevator, wear their colors.
All right, so third floor service elevator, wear their colors. The idea is we're trying to escape with our little alien friend here. Let's click this old school tape player.
Don't move alone. Wear the colors. If you look like one of them, they won't see you.
This shot was visually really cool, and I like that they put the character inside of like this little backpack. I wanted the character to like go through the mall and start picking up items, so it's trying to follow my storyline. But there's some stuff I might change here, like maybe instead of this color of tracksuit, he puts on like a full gray tracksuit, right? Because it says like if you want to hide from them, you need to look like that. But remember, I told it to generate all these scenes once, so I would have a draft and I could go back and change things. So let's click here and let's go to the next scene. I like how we put the alien in like a comfier bag and it's almost like growing. So let me click here. That shot there was perfect. And now we're trying to escape the mall. And here it's showing you what it would look like if you had more than one option on the screen to select, because there's 4 endings. So for this, let's just click over here. All right, look, that was the wrong ending. Selfish ending, betrayal. So we just did one of the endings of our game. We have 3 other endings. We're back here inside of our editor. And now if we want to check out the other endings, I could just click here on one of these options and it'll show me the other endings. So let's click here.
It's thinking.
That's pretty awesome. Now let's go back and let's check out the other 2. All right, so let's click this one here. So I like that ending. I didn't really like how the box was connected to the bag there in the beginning of it, but I like the ending shot of that clip. And if we look at our story tree, we can see each of the endings here. And if we want, we can just click on one of these here. So we've already seen the betrayal ending, the contact ending, and the guardian ending. Let's click the escape ending.
Strange lights recorded above Paradise Hall, lower dying.
Oh, perfect. I really like that ending. I think that's the perfect ending to the game. So let's say we wanted to edit one of these points where the player can click to either go on to the next scene or choose their option. If we select edit jump here, you can actually click on these. This will allow you to make them bigger or smaller and also move them around. I want to place this one here right on top of the start game. And then if you want to see where they jump to, you can click here on delete branch and it'll actually give you a preview of where it's going to jump to. So this is the first shot that we wanted it to go to. So we're going to click cancel and I'm going to move this again down here to start game and we are done. Let's say there's an entire scene you want to reshoot. You could always come here to where it says generate, click on generate, and it will actually show you here the image that it's using, also the video that it's using, the prompt here on the right that it used, and the models that it's using to generate that, the aspect ratio and the quality. Also the tokens it costs, if it has audio or not. You can click here and actually change this up to 15 seconds so you can have a longer clip. And this is great for really customizing that visual and making sure that you're telling the story that you want. So I'm going to hit enter here. I made some changes. I added in the gray tracksuit that I was talking about earlier when we were looking at this clip. Now remember that all this content you're making here, you could always export the videos, you could always export the images and use it as content to promote the story, the game, or to do marketing for this. We can see that it's using GPT image 2. It's got the aspect ratio. It's giving us a 2K quality on that, and it's got medium output here. Let's say you wanted to add more elements or resources. You could always come up here and click this plus and just add in new references for this. Just know that the image prompt and the video prompt are actually different. So you're going to want to come over here and also check the video prompt when you get to this stage. But first, just generate your visuals so you can have it as a reference, and then you can include it into the next shot. So this is actually more aligned with what I was thinking of, but this is basically going to give you the freedom to continue to tell your story and really tweak it and personalize it as much as you want. If I wanted to generate the video again, I can make changes to the prompt, just come down here, hit enter, and it will generate a video for you again. Don't forget that you have the agent here on the right that can actually customize and build out the game for you. So the manual stuff is really when you want to dial in. I would suggest creating one version of this, sending it over to people, seeing how they interact with it, and then coming back to your project here inside of Manyverse and updating it and making it better. So once you think your game is ready, you can always come here to export as a JSON, or you can click here on share. If you click on share, it's going to allow you to add a cover, a title, and a description, and submit it for review. This way Manyverse approves it. Once Manyverse approves it, you'll be able to share that with your audience and your clients. So do not sleep on this new form of storytelling. Get creative with this tool. You could do a live stream where you customize a game for your audience and play it with them based off of their suggestions, for example. You could use this for interactive, viral marketing campaigns. And of course, you can build worlds, amazing games, and stories using Manyverse. The links to Manyverse will be down in the description and the pinned comments. Make sure to go down there, sign up for an account, and let me know in the comments what game or what story you're going to tell. Share this video with your friends because not everybody knows about tools like this. Now, if you want to turn your content into a business, everyone today needs a content funnel on Instagram. And in order to do this, you need automations in your DMs and your comments. But as you send more messages and get more leads, ManyChat gets expensive. I have a tool that I use that replaces ManyChat, and I'm currently giving it away completely for free. If that sounds like something you need, make sure to go down to the link in the description or the pinned comments, sign up for free. I'll help you set it up and I'll show you exactly how I use it for my brand. Now, if you're interested in making your AI generated content sound more human, then watch the video that's showing up here on the screen. Make sure to subscribe, turn on those notifications, and I will catch you all in the next video.